Hello YouTube, B3 and Naughty Cat here, apparently. Taking a bath and also doing another great comic book review. This is a trade collection from DC Universe Rebirth. Justice League Volume 1, The Extinction Machines. Brian Hitch, Tony S. Daniel, Sandu Floria, and Tomo Mori. The only real name I recognize there is Tony S. Daniel, who I am a huge fan of, by the way. His work on Batman, dude, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Dick Grayson, his Detective Comics, New 52. Great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to read you the back of the book here. Actually, I'm just remembering I forgot to read the back of the book for the Wonder Woman review we did last time, but screw it. I'm going to read the back of the book for this one. The League the world knew is gone. They are the greatest heroes the world has ever known. Now, the greatest among them is gone. Superman has fallen. The Man of Steel died, protecting his adopted home, leaving his allies in the Justice League to fight on without him, and leaving the older, wiser Superman of a vanished universe to pick up the torch. But to Batman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the League, this new Superman is a stranger. And just like Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, the rookie Green Lanterns left by Hal Jordan to guard the globe in his absence, the replacement Superman has a lot to prove. He'd better do it quickly, because a godlike threat unlike any the League has ever fought is coming. Vast engines of destruction are about to be unleashed, remaking the planet's surface and forging its people into living weapons. They are the Extinction Machines, and it will take every member of the Justice League to shut them down. Comic superstars Brian Hitch and Tony S. Daniel join forces to launch a bold new era for comics' greatest superhero team in Justice League Volume 1, The Extinction Machines, exploding from the blockbuster DC Rebirth event. Collects Justice League 1 through 5, as well as the Justice League Rebirth one-shot. Okay, so we got a new team lineup. We still have Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Barry Allen Flash, and Cyborg. They're all still present. Thank God Cyborg's still there, because he was my favorite member of the New 52 Justice League. But instead of having Hal, who was only around for some of New 52 Justice League anyways, we have Simon Baz, Green Lantern, and Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern. The reason we have two is because they share a lantern. Hal Jordan fused their lantern, so they're like buddy cops now. And they're both rookies, so the League is actually training them because there aren't any lanterns around to train them, because lanterns don't work that way anymore. They didn't go to boot camp like other... Well, they did have a little boot camp in their title. I take that back. And then the New 52 Superman is dead, thank God, because I didn't like him. And pre-New 52 Superman is here. He came in because of Convergence. You remember the Convergence event? I will review Convergence eventually, because I'm going to review all of the Earth 2 stuff from New 52, and it's part of that, because they're the main characters in Convergence. But I like this Superman way better. Marrying Superman and giving him a son was the best thing they ever did to Superman, and this is before they fused him into the continuity, but I've already reviewed all those Superman books. So I think at the time of recording this, there's only one Superman book I haven't reviewed, and that's Superman Imperious Lex, which is Volume 6. That's the only New 52, or not New 52, only Rebirth Superman trade I haven't read. I still have the Action Comics 1000 Deluxe Edition, but that's not a Superman trade, it's an Action Comics trade. But yeah, so that Superman does a lot to help prove himself in this book. Everyone's got good outfits, too. The art's great. Art's wonderful. So they end up fighting these bug creatures that came to do stuff. And they beat him, barely. Only because of Superman's help, which helped get him in their good graces. There's some great art in that fight, man. Some great art. Great art in this book. Love it. And since they beat those, it actually means that a worse force is coming, and it's pretty crazy. I don't want to give you too many details because I don't want to do too many spoilers. I want to tell you enough so you know what happens in the book, but I don't want to tell you so much that it's not worth reading for you. You know what I mean? So they beat these bug motherfuckers in the Rebirth one-shot. And then there's like all these natural disasters happening and stuff, and then these big beings awaken. Like one comes out of Atlantis, and there are all these little glass animal sculptures or something that Aquaman can harness. And there are all these different forces that become these beings. And now we have like the Strength Force and the Sage Force and stuff. I think that's what these beings are supposed to be. I haven't caught up to that stuff because I'm mostly reading trades. The only thing I'm reading singles for right now is Batman. And And once it's renumbered, I'm going to stop reading singles for it and go to trades also. But I love Tom King's run. So they have to defeat these big beings that are trying to do something to the Earth. They aren't sure what they're trying to do. But they know they're like, it's not going to be Gucci. And there are these nodes, these like node things in the Earth, and only Superman can stop them, but it's really hard because his senses are all overwhelmed. But then all these forces get together, and they're trying to, in their own words, break the world. They say they must sing, they quote, "We must sing to the heavens before this planet shatters. The breaking of this world is beginning its final phase." So they're like trying to save the planet, but what they're doing might also destroy humanity. And it's intentionally vague and confusing because it's all set up, right? This whole volume is basically set up. And eventually they like pull it off, you know. They kind of stop these things from doing what they're doing. And everything ends up okay, being okay for the moment. But it's mostly set up. This whole book is set up, pretty much. So it's not anything like super exciting, but it's nothing bad either, you know. It's a fun book, and it's a good jumping on point, I think. It's a fun jumping on point. I would still read New 52 Justice League. I enjoyed New 52 Justice League. It was a solid book. But this is good, too. This is good, too. I actually have read I've read a couple more volumes into Justice League already that I'm going to get to soon also. I want to reread them. I read this one once, and I understood it well enough to do the review, but the others I want to reread to make sure I got everything. I reread most of the books that I review, by the way. Or I just do the review after I read them for the very first time. Either way. But, this is a great book. Oh, well, maybe not a great book. It's a good book. Mostly set up, once again. The art is fantastic. But one of the things I have to say this, that I like about this book is most of it is just the Justice League straight up saving people. Like, you get to physically see them save people. Lots of Justice League books these days, I feel like, are just them pummeling the bad guy. And it's nice to see superheroes just save people. That's nice to see. Because you gotta remember, superheroes are about saving and protecting people. They're not about just beating the pulp out of people. And it's nice to see that more helpful side of the Justice League. It's really nice. So that's it for this review. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. I just reviewed a bunch of my physical copies of books, and now I think I'm going to hop on my Kindle and review a bunch. I've just read like 3 trades today. So I'm going to review all those right now. Next, we will be reviewing, I want to say, the Neil Adams 2017-2018 Dead Man miniseries. So stay tuned for that. That's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all later. Peace.